What is going on, squad? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing flipping fantastic. So today I want to talk about how to embrace being the black sheep among the many, right? And so here's the thing: a lot of people, they're not enjoying their life to the fullest. They're not living the life that they want to, and they're not leveling up their life because they still want to fit in with the crowd. Here's the issue with fitting in with the crowd. How many people have you talked to that actually enjoy life? Because honestly, I can count on my one hand how many people genuinely wake up most mornings and are like, I'm ready to tackle the day, I'm excited, all that stuff. Most people that I've talked to, they are like zombies, right? They wake up, they're not happy that they have to go to work, but they know they need money, so they go to work, and after work they might have a little time, like 30 minutes or an hour, maybe two, to enjoy themselves, if that, and then they go to sleep after taking care of the kids or whatever. They go to sleep, repeat the same thing. They're not very happy to live their life, right? They're moderate, they're okay, but they're not enthused most days. If you want to live a genuinely happy life and a life that you're happy with and a life that you look forward to, you should be enthusiastic most days when you wake up, right? Not every day, sure, but most days you should be happy to wake up, right? And so you have to learn to not think like those people, right? So the first thing I would do if I did not want to think like everybody else is I would surround myself with people who genuinely want to progress, right? So think of like the top 1%. You can have your opinions about people like Elon or people like Mark, right? You can have your opinions about their morals, but it's a fact that they're where they are because they did things that other people wouldn't do. Right? They put in work that other people would not put in. Because it takes a lot of effort to be in the top 1%, right? Like I said, think what you will about them, but the fact of the matter is, regardless, they did hard work to get where they are at, right? They did not think like everybody else. If they did, they would not be where they're at, right? So you have to surround yourself with people that think like the top 1% as far as making huge goals that other people don't think is possible. And people will call you dumb or they'll call you ridiculous for having goals like that. But it's those people that make those kind of goals that end up being successful, right? So surround yourself with people that have big aspirations, right? Number two is remember the unique traits that you have, right? The reason a lot of people want to cling to other people and think like them is because they think that they are like them, right? Because most of us, especially in the United States, we walk a similar path, right? We get to high school, we graduate high school, we graduate college, and then we get some kind of job and retire. It doesn't sound very exciting, first of all, but second of all, because we all follow that same kind of path, we all think that we have to stick together and think the same. That's just not true, right? Look at the evolution of just careers, right? More and more people are not happy with their careers. They don't even, a lot of people don't even get a job that was related to their college degree. And more people are getting into things like trades because it's a lot quicker and it just makes more money off their bat. It's like, and it actually is something that the people are passionate about, right? Those are people that aren't thinking the same as everybody else, right? Because they know what they want and they know how to get what they want. And they don't care about following this traditional path of, I'm going to go to college, get a 4 year degree, blah, 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 right? Which is why they can think different, right? But for us, we have to kind of find a way to break that mold if we follow that path, right? So find your unique traits that you have, the experiences that you had follow the same path as everybody else, right? Take me for example, right? Yes, I still did the whole college thing, all that, but I had a unique experience, right? Within that time of going to college and high school and whatnot, I got into working out, I got into anime, powerlifting, God, all that, right? And so those are unique experiences I can use in order to help me differentiate myself from other people and create my own path, right? Maybe you got into cooking, for example, right? Well, as you were going to high school and college, maybe you got into cooking, and that's one of your differentiators. Now you can use that to your advantage and craft your own path, right? Let's say you're tired of your current 9 to 5 job, you can end up, looking at this cooking like, shoot, I've got this skill. So what? I did the same thing as everybody else. I followed the same path, but I've got this unique skill that not everybody has. You can teach people to cook. You can make a cookbook. You can make brownies for people. You can make another dish for people and sell it, whatever, right? The whole point is you can take that unique skill or experience that you've had and translate it into something that's going to actually allow you to make yourself different from other people so that you can live the life that you want. For me, I learned how to work out and I built tons of confidence from getting closer to God and working out and watching anime. Now I'm doing this, right? And people, they'll judge you for it. That's fine. They'll judge you for, if you wake up early to fulfill your dream because now you're doing something different. Or they'll judge you for even trying because, what's the point of trying when this life should be good enough, right? Let them judge you. That's the third thing. Let them judge you. The one thing I've picked up, especially in the past 3 years, is other people's opinions don't matter unless I ask, right? Because people are always going to have some kind of input for your life. Even though they're not living it, they're going to always have some kind of input. They're going to be like, oh, shoot, well, you shouldn't be doing that because that's too risky, blah, blah, blah. Living life is risky. Like, having a 9 to 5 job is risky. And there's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5 job. But most people aren't happy with their current one. But, they'll say it's too risky to change because where they're working is a secure market. People get laid off every day, right? And I'm not saying that as a scare tactic. I'm saying that because if the chance exists anyways, if it's always going to be a risk, then take a risk that you're going to actually benefit from. Don't take a risk that you're not going to enjoy. It's a risk to work a sales job even if you don't like it. It's also a risk to work a job that you do like. If it's a risk regardless, work that job that you do like, right? That way you at least enjoy the time there, right? So those are some things I would do to remember that it's fine to be the dang black sheep among the many. And those are tips I would do, steps I would take in order to, differentiate yourself and not be so worried about being a part of a whole group. When you can just be yourself, uniquely yourself, and that, my friend, is what's going to make you live the most epic life possible. I hope that helped. Till next time, peace.